you how to hook your provider energy man.
He is going to be completely obsessed with you, ladies. And we're not talking about just any men.
Yes.
This is how to attract and really hook that provider masculine energy man. We're going to go through three things that no work because not only did this work for me, but this
Mm.
has worked with so many women that we have coached.
Yeah, so we're super excited to go into detail with that tonight. And of course, for those of you who are first joining, just joining us, I'm Coach B, former lifelong bachelor, and of course, found my beautiful wife, former single mom of four. So I'm going to give you the man's perspective, help you ladies out, and just help you understand how to attract that provider energy man.
Okay, and for the new people here, I'm Natasha. I started out as a hormone coach, but now I really help women in the area of feminine energy and nervous system healing. And yes, like Coach B said, I was a single mama. I was a basket case, ladies. Like I went through so much trauma and loss and all the things that we teach our ladies in the Feminine Energy Academy. I had to learn after my first marriage. So you are in the right place. You're watching this for a reason, and no, it is not too late for you. I promise you that.
Yeah, so excited. Even those ladies that are single,
Mm-hmm.
the single moms,
Yeah.
just really letting you know, just like you yourself,
Yeah.
how these men are out here. And a lot of times, us men don't even understand what we're looking for,
Yeah.
in a sense of me
That's
being
true.
able to find my wife who had four kids. And
Yeah.
that wasn't on my love list or anything like that. But I'm going to tell you how we're thinking when it comes down to that.
Yeah, I mean, this is a skill set, ladies. These are things that I learned. I really studied the masculine brain before I got really serious about dating.
Yeah,
So these are things that make you stand out so much as a woman.
yeah,
Doesn't matter if you're in your 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s. We've had so many women that we have coached that are now married, that are
yeah,
engaged, that are now married. They've ended situationships, they've come out of
yeah.
divorces. We're featuring a mom this weekend.
Yes.
I'll tell you a little bit more about that soon. 53. She was 53 when she got married. As a single mom. So we have the receipts. This is not just theory. This is not us just learning and trying to figure it out. No, this actually works, everything that we teach. Okay.
Yes.
So, all right, let's
Yes.
jump into it. And
Yes.
hey, Boosted Barbie, we see
Yes.
you, girl. I
Yes.
love it.
Shout out to Boosted Barbie.
I
You
love
can go ahead and share that.
okay. Before we get into the three things, speaking of hooking men, Booster Barbie, she's one of our amazing, beautiful queens in the FEA. She just joined and she's she's saying, I am getting swarmed with messages and comments about dates. This is crazy. This is, I mean, we see this
Yes.
all of the time, and it shocks you ladies more than it shocks us because we've been doing this for so long. But when women come in and they get our help and we work on your
Yeah.
energy and we work on your dating profile, we teach you about communication, we heal your love blocks, and some of the stuff that we teach today and we're going to be teaching today, the women are just blown
Yes.
away at the attention that they get.
Yes.
You know,
Yes.
it's yeah,
And the healthy sign with that, because a lot
yeah,
of ladies can attract
yeah,
men, but she's
yeah.
saying that women are coming up to her, complimenting her.
Yes,
So when you get women and children who
yes.
aren't approaching you in any type of relationship way, they just want to compliment you and your energy. That's when you know you've made that shift, because men
Yeah.
sense it, women sense it, kids sense it.
Oh my gosh, yes. I love you guys are saying where you're from Rhode Island. Amazing drop where you are from.
Yes.
And we are going to get started.
Let's get started from the smallest state in the USA.
Oh,
Thanks
yeah.
for jumping out and
Oh,
joining
yeah.
us.
And also, we have a special surprise.
Yes.
So stay tuned that we want to announce later on today. Okay.
Yes.
So, point number one, you want me to say? Or are you going to say?
Point number one, you can say it.
Okay, so ladies, we're talking polarity. We're
Yeah.
talking you standing out in your juicy energy. And this is going to be so magnetic
Yes.
to a provider masculine man. It is so easy to stand out
Mm,
in this world of stressed out masculine boss babes. It
mm,
is so easy to stand out on the dating scene, even if you're a single mom. So the number one thing that's really going to hook a masculine energy provider type man is your soft feminine energy.
mm.
Now, I don't want to bypass the fact that you always say the number one thing, before he can even get to know you is you need to look good.
Yes.
But we didn't want to add that as one of our points because
Yes.
Coach B always talks about
Yes.
that.
Yeah. You
Yeah.
have to
Yeah.
mention it
But
because I don't care what your energy is like.
yes.
If you're not looking good, if you're not taking care of yourself
Mm-hmm.
physically, then he'll never get a chance to be around your energy and feel your energy. So
Yeah.
making sure you're looking good is the number one point. But for the sake of tonight's
Yes.
conversation, the number one point is your soft feminine energy. So go ahead, babe.
Yes, exactly. So what this means, ladies, your soft feminine energy means that you have healed and dealt with your trauma.
Mm,
You have healed and dealt with your past relationship
yes.
wounds. You have healed and dealt with your masculine energy
Yes.
wounds, the daddy issues, the divorce, the situationship, the guy that ghosted you, the baby daddy drama, all of that stuff. Maybe you're widowed. I was widowed, right? That's massive trauma
Yes.
to a woman's nervous system. Whatever it is you've been through, you have dealt with it. It is out of your energy field. So when you're showing up on the dating
Mm,
scene, whether it's on the dating apps or you're on a date in
mm,
person, your energy is just so soft and fresh and just so fun to be around that it gets him out of his head and he can't even explain it, but he just wants to be in your soft energy. The masculine wants to penetrate, right? The masculine energy wants to penetrate your energy. And if your energy is hard, you have the wall up, you're guarded, you're anxious, you're stressed, you're still thinking about your ex or your ex-husband or baby daddy drama, whatever, he can't feel your
mm.
energy and he's going to subconsciously be repelled by you.
Yes. And the good thing is, adding to what you're saying, as you're going through this and as you're preparing yourself,
Yeah.
one thing you want to do is you want to make sure that you're working on your energy on
Mm.
healing these wounds before you're trying to pick out an outfit, because
Yes.
you can look the best and
Yeah.
you may get his attention, because like
Yes.
I said, that's the first
Yes.
thing that men see. So you'll get his attention. But just like I tell the guys that when I coach basketball, you don't want to get overexposed. And what that means is,
Mm.
if you're going to these exposure camps as kids and parents,
Mm.
you may send your kids to exposure camps because, okay, maybe they can get noticed. But if they haven't worked on their game, if they're not good
That's good.
enough, now they're getting exposed. Now
Yeah.
the coaches and the scouts are looking like, okay,
Yeah.
this kid isn't that good. So when they
Mm.
see him, that's the first thing they're going to think about. It's better do the training, get
Yes.
better, work on your game. And in this
Yeah.
case, do the inner healing, do
Yeah.
all of that. Then when you put on that nice outfit, you put on that makeup, you get your hair done.
Yes.
Now you're coming as a total package. You don't want to come just looking good, because men always remember that first meeting, how you were.
Yes.
And it's hard a lot of times for people to change their perspective on you, even though you've changed. And we see it so
Yeah.
often when you may see friends talking to each other, and they're having trouble in their relationship, and they're talking about it. The person who's in the relationship with them forgives the person first. The friend never forgets. They're always like, okay, you're still with him. Why are you with him? You've
Yes.
forgiven him. So you have to make sure that that first impression isn't just good looks, but you're a whole
Yes.
person. You're ready to be a wife. You're in your wife energy. Otherwise, you can put yourself in a position where you may miss out on good men, on men that want to marry you, men that want to move
Mhm.
forward in relationships.
Yes, ladies, men can't even explain it, but it's just how they feel in your presence.
Yes.
When you this is, that saying where a woman makes a house a home,
Yes.
it's that type of energy. But if you haven't dealt with your triggers, you're anxious, you're stressed all the time, you have a lot of
Yes.
chaos in your life, you talk a million miles an
Mm,
hour. I used to be this girl, so I understand. There's no judgment. I promise you, okay? You're running around, you're hustling around, you're in your hustle boss babe grinding mode. You're in your competitive
yeah.
mode. You're trying to prove yourself to him. You feel like you got to prove, everyone that you talk to, you're talking about your degrees and your businesses, and
Mm,
you're just looking for that validation. That's not soft girl
mm,
energy. That soft energy is confidence. You're able to just be present. You're able to have fun and just be. Just be. You
yeah.
just be in your sweetness.
Yes.
And masculine energy men, they cannot handle it
Yes.
in a good way.
And before we get to the second point,
Yeah.
one thing to understand as well, when you're in your soft
Yeah.
feminine energy as a woman, you're relaxed. It's like you
Yeah.
said, I'm glad you said it.
Yeah.
You're slowing down with everything. You don't feel
Yeah.
rushed. You're doing less. So if you feel
Yes.
like you have to do more, then you're probably in your masculine. But
Yeah.
the less that you feel you have to do, you're not
Yes.
trying to do things just to impress people. You're
Yeah.
doing things first off because you enjoy doing it, and it's
Yes.
not to make sure that you look a certain way. How are
Yeah.
they looking at me? No, you're confident within yourself, you're comfortable within yourself. So being relaxed is a great sign of knowing
Hmm.
that you're in your feminine energy.
Another sign too, if you are wondering, okay, what kind of energy am I in? Do you find that you obsessively think, overthink, overanalyze? You get anxious. You're thinking, you know, uh, has he planned the dates,
Mm,
or he hasn't called yet, or what is he doing right now? Like you
yeah.
just are always obsessing about planning things and what is he doing, and
Yes.
you're just stressed about all of it. You're constantly overanalyzing. All of your energy is up in your head.
Mm,
You can be a dime, you could be gorgeous,
mm.
but if all your energy is all up in your head, he can't feel you. He's going to be subconsciously repelled by you because he's not going to be attracted to a woman that's in her masculine energy.
So,
Yeah.
so true.
Yeah.
We can jump to point
Yes.
number two, but definitely make sure you get those questions. We're going to try to answer
Mhm.
as many questions as we can after
Yes.
we get through the points, but definitely keep those questions ready so we can get to those.
All right. Point number two. Do you want to mention it?
Well, point number two, she has space for him. And
Mm.
what that means is, of course, we have so many boss babes, so many women that are doing
Yes.
great things, degrees, things like that, and just in life are so focused,
Yes.
right? But you want to make sure that as you meet these men, position yourself that you don't look like you're just doing so much that men just want to continue to go on like, okay, she doesn't
Yes.
have time. And it's in your energy. It's
Yeah.
not in your schedule. You can be free.
Yeah.
You can have a free schedule. You go to work, you go work out, and you come home. But if in your energy you don't have space for him, it's just
Mm.
like, okay, I don't have time for this. He wants
Yeah.
to talk to you. You have the resting bee face.
Yeah.
It's so many ways that it can come across that you don't have space for him. You can legitimately have a busy schedule, but you don't make space for anything outside of it. You go
Mm-hmm.
pick the kids up, you go grocery shopping, you do this, you do that. You
Mm-hmm.
don't have any space to even get to know anyone.
Yeah.
And healthy masculine energy men are not going to force themselves upon you. They're not going to make you have space. They're not going to, okay, move around your schedule, anything like
Yes.
that. You have to, if you're looking to date for marriage, you have to understand that
Mm-hmm.
you already have to position yourself to
Yes.
allow others in. If you're the
Yeah.
type where you can't, if somebody says something, you can't just, I can't stand being around them. I just gotta go. I can't listen to this. All of that shows us that you don't have space for the
Mm-hmm.
masculine. So you have to understand that the masculine wants to, like you always say, that wants
Yeah.
to penetrate, wants you to actually want to be around him.
Yes.
If you don't want to be around him, and he has feels that he has to force himself around you,
Mm-hmm.
or not just ask you your availability, not just ask you can he take you out, but he's asking. Usually healthy masculine energy men will just continue on with
Yeah.
their life. They won't force feed themselves to you.
Yes.
So showing yourself as
Yeah.
being available is one of the key things in
Yeah.
really attracting that healthy masculine energy man.
Yes, exactly. He's never ever going to force himself onto you. And this is something I've just noticed coaching so many women, especially single mamas and especially boss babes,
Mm,
where you don't realize your energy. And I was like this too. Once again, I had to get this out of my
mm,
vocabulary and really became aware when I was dating to show that I did have space for the
yes.
masculine in my life. Because I was a single mom with 4 kids. I had a business. I was a busy girl. Right? But what happens a lot of times is women are like, I'm so busy. I'm so busy.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I'm so busy. I'm so exhausted. I got this going on. I got this going on. And your energy is so chaotic. Your
Mm,
energy is exhausting. Like you exhaust yourself. And when you're like that, what often happens is the masculine. he's just observing,
Yeah.
right? And
Yeah.
he's sensing like this girl's got a lot going on.
Yeah.
He's probably not going to say anything. He might be attracted to you, but that's when you'll notice a lot of times he'll pull away, right? Because it's like she's busy. He's not going to force himself
So
on
true.
you. Yeah.
And one thing to add to it, when you're talking like that, when you're saying, I
Yeah.
have this going on, I
Yes.
have that going on, one thing to know is it's not a flex to men. When you
Yeah.
say you have all this going on, I
Yeah.
got this, I'm busy,
Yeah.
because what it comes down to, it's like you just have a list of things to do.
Yeah.
You don't come across as someone who's fun to be around or someone who's
Yes.
just relaxed. You come across as someone who's in their masculine, someone who's task oriented,
Yeah.
instead of someone who understands that they have tasks,
Yeah.
but enjoy themselves, like
Mhm.
doing things, like
Yeah.
talking about just being around, in
Yes.
nature or whatever the case is. Men don't want to be around women that have the same type of mentality
Mhm.
that they have. We
Mhm.
want women that just enjoy being fun. We don't
Yeah.
want to butt heads. Like,
Yeah.
okay, what's your schedule? Well, what's your schedule? Well,
Yeah.
I got a lot going on. I got to take the kids here and here and here. No, we know that's part of your life
Yeah.
if you have kids. But if that's the center and the first thing that you say, that
Yes.
lets us know that your priorities is your
Mhm.
task instead of enjoying yourself and
Yes.
positioning yourself for your man.
You know what it's like, ladies? It's like this. Imagine if we came on a live stream and we're just like, I'm so busy. I had to do this today. I had to do this today. You'd be like, okay, great. Like that's like the rest of
Yeah.
us, right? You don't care how busy our day is, right? But you enjoy watching us when we're just chill, we're
Yeah.
relaxed, we're enjoying ourselves, we're just adding value, we're just being present, connecting with you, right? It just makes it more enjoyable,
Mm,
right? That's how humans are, and especially masculine
yes.
energy men, because masculine energy men are busy.
Mm,
Like they are busy. They're always focused on making money. They're focused on taking care of
yeah.
business and taking care of things in their life.
Yes.
So when they're with you, the last thing they want to do is hear about all the stress that you have. Not to say that you can't. I mean, obviously, there's some times where you can talk about that stuff, but if there's always something,
Mm,
you're always listing up all the
yes.
things you have going on,
Yeah.
then it's just like a head to head
Yes.
masculine energy conversation,
Yeah.
and it's going to turn him off.
Yes.
But when you have done the stuff that we teach you in the Feminine Energy Academy, because we go really deep into this, where your energy is soft, you've released your triggers, you have energetic space for him in your life, he's going to feel that. And you'll notice when you create that energetic space that you give him space to come towards you, right?
Mm,
Because they're the sperm, right? They need space to come towards you, to have that desire to come towards you, because he just feels so good in your presence.
yes.
Yeah.
So good. Before we get to point three, shout out to Alicia. We'll get to your question,
Yes.
Alicia, who's in the Feminine Energy Academy.
Yes.
Shout out to you.
We have a few of them.
Yes, we have a few ladies who are in the Feminine Energy Academy who joined us tonight. So
Yeah.
we'll definitely get to your questions after our third point.
All right.
You want to go ahead with the third point, or you want
Okay.
me to share it?
Okay, I'm going to share it just because men aren't conscious of
Yeah.
this, I would say. Men aren't walking around thinking about what we're telling you, ladies, okay? But the third thing that gets a man truly hooked on you, and we're talking masculine energy men once again, right? And this is so subconscious, is how you communicate with him.
Yes.
I'm talking the sound of your voice, the tone of your voice,
Mm,
the speed on how you
yes.
talk, even just how you think. You were just talking about that too.
Yeah.
Not how smart you are, but how you think. But really, the biggest thing, your feminine intelligence, ladies, is knowing how to communicate with the masculine. Most women, because we coach a lot of women, are very much stuck in this energy where they talk to men
Mm,
the same way they talk to their friends,
mm,
the same way they talk to their kids, the same way they talk to their coworkers or their boss or their employees. And you're kind of always in this mode
mm,
where you're parenting people, taking care of people, telling people what to do because you're a boss babe, right? Most of the women that we coach are boss babes or single moms. And then you take that energy and you think you can talk to a
yes.
grown masculine man like that, he will be turned
Yes.
off of you.
Yes.
So when you will stand out so much, this is why this is a huge component of the Feminine Energy Academy that we teach you ladies is to become aware of this. So you can go work and do your thing, you could be a mom, but when you're on dates
Mm.
and when you're married, you have to talk to the masculine completely differently.
And
Yeah.
one thing most men know is
Yeah.
the type of woman that they don't like talking to.
Ooh.
Most men look
Explain,
at, yeah,
explain.
most men understand, like, I don't want a woman who talks like this, a woman who always has something to say,
Mm-hmm.
a woman who can't just relax and
Yeah.
listen. A woman who, even before I finish my sentence, she's ready with a response. She's
Yeah.
not listening to understand. She's
Mm-hmm.
listening so she can talk. She's
Mm-hmm.
just hearing me out so she can have her time. So most men, like you said, may not understand like the type of conversations that women have or the type of tone that they have, but we know we don't like women that are overbearing in their conversation,
Mm-hmm.
women that try to make it about themselves. Because honestly speaking, and this is just the truth, most men, because men are the provider, the protector, most
Yeah.
men want to let you know what they can do for you, want to share with you.
Yes.
Most men don't really care what's going on in your life, and that's the reality of it, unless it's something that brings shame, unless it's something that
Yeah.
doesn't make him look good.
Yeah.
Most men aren't concerned, like, okay, how much money did you make,
Yeah.
talking about the stock market with you,
Yeah.
talking about the real estate market with you. That's not the conversation most men want to have with you.
Yeah.
Most men just want to know that you had a good day. Did you
Yeah.
enjoy yourself? What can I do to make you feel better,
Yeah.
or to make you, feel more relaxed?
Yeah.
That's the conversations men want
Yeah.
to have. So it's not that men don't value you and your life and, all the accomplishments you have,
Yeah.
but most healthy men feel relaxed talking to you when they're able to do for you,
Mm-hmm.
instead of when they feel like, okay, you're just blabbering off. You just had to get this
Mm-hmm.
out. And if you've ever found yourself saying, I just have to get this off my
Yeah.
chest, understand that's a masculine trait. And for men,
Yeah.
men sit up when you talk like that.
Yeah.
Because when you're saying that, that's almost a confrontational type
Yeah.
of conversation. So you have to understand how to communicate in a
Yeah.
healthy way with a man if you want to have the polarity.
We got to get to that question
Yeah.
because that is so good. And I just want to echo what you're saying, honey, because this is something I had to learn, ladies. I had to learn. So, just being like fully transparent with you, I used to be the girl that talked a million miles an hour. Okay. I was
Yeah.
instead of listening, I was already ready to say what I needed to say. I had so much
Yeah.
attitude, so much attitude. I was triggered, I was
Yes.
yelling, I would swear.
Hmm.
Oh my gosh, like there's just so much. I was triggered about everything. I had to learn how to check myself. Okay. And what happens, ladies, is as you do the inner healing that we teach in the
Mm.
Feminine Energy Academy, it will get better. This will become more natural. But if you're used to talking really loud,
Mm.
yelling, cussing, swearing, just over talking him, talking a million miles
Yes.
an hour, that's all you know.
Yes.
But that's what's going to repel men, a healthy man.
Yes.
An unhealthy man will go back and forth with you, but a healthy masculine energy man will just remove himself
Yes.
from your presence. But this is why it's so easy to stand
Yeah.
out in the dating scene because most women are not like this. Most women
Yep.
are, not conscious and they're just like going a million miles an hour and just coming at the guy and, just bleeding all over him because of their trauma and their past
Mm.
man wounds that they
Yes.
haven't dealt with yet.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
and that's why I love the Feminine Energy
Yeah.
Academy for you ladies, because what happens is a lot of you, and this is all of us,
Yeah.
we're living off of information from the past, from
Yeah.
what we learned from our parents, in the
Yes.
households we grew up
Yes.
in, from the women or the men
Mhm.
that you looked up to. We're learning how to
Yeah.
live, how to move
Mhm.
based on what we saw. So this is
Yeah.
subconscious, most of it. You're
Yeah.
subconsciously doing this,
Yeah.
and then you've been in environments where that's been acceptable,
Yeah.
environments where maybe people haven't, gone back and forth with you, but you're still able to have these conversations, and people haven't told you in
Yeah.
some cases this isn't the way that you have a healthy relationship, not just with
Yeah.
men, but with people. Because if we think about just functioning within our jobs,
Yeah.
if we're at school, just in life, you can't raise your voice at people. You can't just tell them how you feel. You can't get stuff off your chest
Yeah.
just because you
Yeah.
feel this certain way. we understand in the world that we'll be jobless,
Yeah.
we won't get opportunities.
Yeah.
And it's the same when you're talking to a man. If you
Yeah.
speak that way, a healthy
Yeah.
man will walk off, won't say much back to you,
Mm.
will shake his head and say, okay,
Mhm.
I understand, and will leave the situation. And now you'll find yourself, well, he's not strong enough for me, or he can't
Yes.
handle me. And the answer to that is yes. A healthy masculine energy man is not going to try to handle you. He's not
Yeah.
going to try to stand up to you. You'll
Yeah.
find yourself getting in relationships with men who
Yeah.
they may have been raised by single female women, and
Mhm.
now that back and forth is something that they're okay with, and you feel like, okay, since he's coming back and forth with me, he must love me. He
Oh,
must want
yes,
to
so
be with
true.
me. That's your way of connecting that. So it's
Mhm.
really important to really get that nervous system re-regulation to heal
Mhm.
those trauma wounds, and we do that within the Feminine Energy Academy.
Yeah, yeah. I had a lot of trauma I needed to heal, trust me. Okay, and a lot of this is cultural too, depending on the culture that you're from
Hmm.
as well. But there was something else I was going to mention about that, and I just
I
forgot.
know I was going on and
No,
on.
that was no, babe. That was so good. This. Oh, I know what I was going to say, ladies. The reason why a lot of times women, and I'll say this was myself as well, and a lot of women, when you come at a man and you feel like you need to argue with him, is because you feel like you need to defend yourself. You feel
Hmm.
like you need to be heard.
Yeah.
You don't want to be disrespected. Like
Yeah.
you can't talk to me like
Mm.
that. Who do you think you are? Like that type of energy. But that is going to repel a healthy man, and you're just going to stay in relationships or in situationships
Yes.
most of the time with unhealthy emotional men.
Yes.
Exactly what you're saying. Emotional feminine men will argue with you and go back
Hmm.
and forth. A healthy masculine man will just walk away.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. You want to get to a few of these
Yeah,
questions? We
let's do
had
it.
so many. We're going to jump in first with Alicia,
Yeah.
who's in the Feminine Energy Academy. She says, is it a red flag if a guy brings up an event but says he just wants to go with you and not be around your children, even though he's met them in a friendly manner already? So I'll respond to that first. And the thing is, when you do have kids, because we were in that situation
Yeah.
as well, dating for marriage, and she had kids.
Yeah.
The thing is, when you have kids, a lot of times you give them everything you have. You're with them all the time,
Yeah.
and a lot of times it's challenging for you even more than the kid to leave their presence. And of course, I know in your situations your kids are younger, but as he's getting to know you, he
Hmm.
probably just wants to spend some time with
Yeah.
you, with just
Yeah.
you. No kids. It's no
Hmm.
disrespect to the kids. It's like,
Yeah.
let's get our time together so we can just enjoy ourselves. I don't know what the babysitting situation is, but
Yeah.
let's figure it out so we can enjoy each other's company. But he's not necessarily dissing the kids. He
Yes.
just wants to be with you in that space.
Yeah, that's a really, really good point. So that goes back to point number two, where we spoke about how you need to have capacity to receive him. And the men can sense that.
Yeah.
So if you come across like, I have no time for a man because I'm
Hmm.
all about my kids, he's probably going to stay away.
Yeah.
So one thing I also had to learn how to do is have healthy boundaries with mom life, with my
Yeah.
kids, with, work and the other stuff I was doing, and then my dating life, right? And this carries into marriage where there's things that we do with just us, and that is so important. So even though your kids will always be your number one
Hmm.
priority, you need to make sure that you have space and you can show the man that he can come in and be the priority.
Hmm.
Otherwise he's just going to
Yeah.
back off.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
that's key, especially when you have kids. I don't know his situation.
Yeah.
He has to feel like it's space for him and that you look at him as someone that's worth
Yeah.
moving things around for,
Yeah.
someone that's, worth actually making a priority, not the priority in life.
Yeah.
You're not married, you're just dating, but he's a priority at least for a couple of hours
Yeah.
hanging out together, and it's
Yeah.
not always about other things or your
Yeah.
kids.
Yeah.
Man, he won't feel like his space, like you said.
Yeah, exactly. And that once again just comes down to the boundaries, ladies. This is important. I actually taught myself this before my husband came into the picture, where I really started learning how to have healthy boundaries with my kids. So things like bedtime, things
Hmm.
like working out, just having me time was so important, because that's how you create that energetic
Yes.
space for that husband to come into the
Yes.
picture. You got to do that before he comes into
Yeah.
the picture.
And
Yeah.
and adding to that, and this is important because you brought up a great point.
Yeah.
As your kids start getting older, it's
Yeah.
important that your kids have their own
Yeah.
space if you're looking to
Yes.
get married.
Yes.
Not
Yeah.
having the kids, once they get to a certain
Mhm.
age, staying in the bed with you,
Yes.
not able to go to sleep, so come cuddle
Mhm.
with me. No, it's a place and a time for that,
Yeah.
especially as the kids are growing.
Yeah.
But you don't want to get to the point where now disconnecting and making space for the man is more challenging
Mhm.
because you have this such a bond with the kids that they basically taking the
Yeah.
place of a man. They've taken his place
Yeah.
in the sense of they have his place in the bed
Yeah.
potentially. When they need something, you just
Yeah.
run and jump. As they get older, it's about having those healthy boundaries and also
Yes.
having other people around them, be it uncles, coaches, so you're not their all be all in
Yes.
every situation. You want them to understand that you're there for them whenever
Yeah.
needed, but also it's other people in life that'll
Yeah.
contribute to them being,
Successful. Yeah.
successful in life.
Yes, exactly. Okay, and also before we go into answering more questions, we just want to mention something really special is happening this weekend on our masterclass. So it's my birthday weekend, you guys.
Mm.
Okay, it's been my birthday month.
It
I'm
felt
turning.
like that.
I know.
Wow, your birthday's been a couple
I
months.
know we've been celebrating all month of September.
Yes.
I'm turning 40. I'm aging in reverse, and but I want to bless one amazing
Mm.
woman on our YouTube channel. So make sure you jump onto Saturday's masterclass. This Saturday we have a masterclass where we have a lady she got engaged and married at 53 years
Mm.
old. So she was divorced, boss babe mama, and she's going to go through three things that she really focused on
Mm.
to attract her masculine energy provider husband. She's happily married now. So that's going to be this Saturday's masterclass in the Feminine Energy Academy. And just to bless you ladies, we are going to be giving away one free year membership to one of the ladies that joins the masterclass. But you got to be on the masterclass. It is free to join the Feminine Energy Academy and be in that masterclass. Okay. So the link is below. You can jump in, you get access to all of our dating for marriage
Yes.
programs, our nervous system healing programs, our hormone weight loss programs. You get access to us. If you have coaching questions, you can private message me. You can private message Coach B with your questions. We will help you. You can try it out for a week for free. See if it resonates for you. And make sure you're on Saturday's masterclass. It's at 9 a.m. With our special
Yes.
guest. And also, we are going to give a 1 year membership away for free to celebrate my
Yes.
birthday.
That's so
Yeah.
so exciting. This birthday has been going on for a couple of months, guys, and
Yes.
you get to jump in this weekend with us, so we're excited.
Yes, I'm living my
Yes.
rich wife life.
Yes,
My soft rich
definitely.
wife life. Yeah.
Definitely. And shout out to
Yeah.
South Dakota. We got
Okay.
someone listening in from South Dakota. I know I'm familiar with that area, played ball in school
Yes.
up that way. So
Okay, there we go.
definitely shout out to you in South Dakota. We have a question that says, what happens if the man doesn't talk? Should I stay quiet? You can just be in a quiet room looking at each other or on the phone just
Oh
listening to
my
each other
gosh,
breathe.
that's so
No,
funny.
but if the man is quiet and he's not, the just the outgoing type, it can be a lot of things. I don't know how many times you've been out, but it could be he's nervous,
Mhm.
he doesn't know what to say, but it's
Mhm.
not about you being quiet because he has to say the
Yes.
first word.
Yes.
Maybe you can spark it up and say something, make
Yeah.
a joke or something, but it all comes down to a personality and the man's
Yes.
confidence. Now, if he's just being quiet and seems uninterested, that could be the case as
Yes.
well. So just have fun if you're rotationally dating,
Yeah.
like we talk about.
Yeah.
Have fun getting to know him. If things don't go the way you wanted to after going on a date or two, then just continue rotationally dating. But you don't want to get so caught up in that situation and every time we talk he's quiet, then you're not talking. You're just listening to each other. So don't waste time if this is ongoing. And if it's
Yes.
something that happens with multiple men, now you have to look
Yeah.
and say, you're the common denominator. What's going on here? And a lot of times it
Mhm.
could be your energy as well. So it's a lot of information missing, a lot of variables.
Mhm.
But just know if you're not enjoying the date, enjoying being out with him,
Yeah.
then don't spend too much time with this guy or these guys. See if you need to do some inner healing, inner work,
Yeah.
and then just continue rotationally dating with guys that have energy and want to be out with you.
That's so good. Yeah, we don't know the whole context of the situation,
Mhm.
but I will say when you're actually dating somebody, meaning that you're having FaceTime conversations, you're on dates with him, if he's quiet, that doesn't necessarily mean he's a bad guy.
Mhm.
He might just be a little bit more introverted
Mm,
or a little bit shy at the
yeah.
beginning. But if he matches your love list, like give this guy a chance. That's very different though than a guy that's like going ghost, inconsistent, doesn't pursue his energy is not coming towards you. That's a very different scenario.
Yeah.
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 And I'll answer this follow-up question, then we'll
Okay.
get to a new
Yes, because
question.
Alicia's in our FEA.
Yes, Alicia has a follow-up. She says, "How do I come back to him when I
Yeah.
haven't talked to him all day or text him if I
Yeah.
was okay?" So
Yeah.
if and I'll answer and then
Okay.
you can answer as well. But if he reached out to you earlier and you
Yeah.
didn't get back to him,
Yeah.
you can get back to him. I apologize. I've been busy
Hmm.
most of the day. I had a lot going on.
Yeah.
I apologize for not getting back to you. I just wanted to reach out to let you know
Yeah.
everything is good,
Yeah.
and then continue the conversation that way. But
Yeah.
don't overthink it. Don't over explain either.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. I don't even know what to add to that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then I don't know if you had said anything that you were triggered. Hopefully you didn't. But if you did, you can always let him know, I had time to think about it. And yeah, that makes sense. We should have, if you guys are actively dating for the purpose of marriage and this is not a situationship,
Yeah.
then you can communicate with him
Yes.
of like, I was thinking about it. Yeah, we do need some time away from the kiddos. So yeah,
Yes.
that's
Yes.
it.
That's real simple. Real simple. We have one as well. My boyfriend and I have been together for 1 year.
Hmm.
Last year, he went on a 10-day quote unquote guys trip to
Oh,
Mexico. This year, he is going on another guys trip for 3 weeks to Asia. How do I deal with this?
okay.
You got it, babe.
Okay. There's so much to unpack
Yes.
here.
Yes.
So, first of all, I don't know how old you are, but I'll just let you know what we believe in, what we teach our women. First of all, we don't really believe the whole boyfriend girlfriend
Mm-mm.
relationships. Those are just glorified
Yes.
situationships, and especially for women that want to get married. So
Yes.
you first of all have to ask yourself, do you want to be a married woman
Mm.
or do you want to be in a situationship? That's the first thing you got to ask yourself as a woman. Because if you guys are just boyfriend girlfriend, you can't really say anything, right? Like you're not engaged, you're not married, right? And also, is this the type of person you actually want to marry? And if you guys are actually dating for the purpose of
Yeah.
marriage, then what we teach our ladies in the FEA is to have timelines. Now, we go into way more detail. We have a whole program on how to really attract a provider man
Mm.
that wants to marry you
Yes.
and like exactly how to have these conversations. But just in general, if this is some guy and you guys are dragging things out and he's going around traveling around, then I would say you're probably wasting your time, babe.
Yeah.
Right. So you got to take your power back. You got to decide what you want. And that is dating for marriage. And I'm not saying this is what you want, but most women that we attract and we coach, they want to be married. Right. So they rotationally date and they talk to different guys until the right guy steps up for the purpose
Yeah.
of marriage.
Yeah, and the
Yeah.
reality is most guys within the first 30 to 90 days, they know
Yeah.
if they want to be with you long term, if
Yes.
they want to marry you,
Yes.
and they're going to ask you to marry them if they're healthy
Yeah.
and in their provider
Yeah.
energy within the first 6 to 12 months. You're
Yes.
going to be engaged, you're going to be married. Men move quickly who know what they want,
Yeah.
and men who drag their feet. And
Yeah.
I'm saying this because it's been me. I've dragged my feet.
Yeah.
I didn't get married till I was 44, 45.
Yeah.
Right. So I was a bachelor in my entire life. So
Yeah.
I understand what dragging your feet looks like.
Yes.
And if you've been in
Yeah.
a relationship for a year with him, he's going on guys trips, no women allowed. He's going to countries where, women are plenty and, a
Yeah.
lot of men go just to be with women. You have to know that he's doing his
Yeah.
own thing. But for you, it's not about wondering, waiting around, trying to
Yeah.
figure out, like you said, babe, if you have your timelines, and we
Yeah.
teach you all of this within the Feminine Energy Academy, but if you
Yeah.
have things already lined up and he's not falling in line with it, not that he has to do what you want him to do,
Yeah.
but he doesn't match your list, he's not doing the
Yeah.
things that you're looking for in a husband,
Yeah.
then the best thing to do, don't delay, make a decision and move on, because he is who he is. He's
Yeah.
doing what he wants to do. He's enjoying his life,
Yeah.
and you have to respect that,
Yeah.
because men who want to enjoy themselves and want to do what they want to do don't put titles on anything.
Yeah.
They keep it loose, they keep it friendly. What does boyfriend girlfriend means? I'll wait, because I don't think many people really can
Hmm.
say that this is something that stops you from doing what you want to do.
Yeah.
No, we've just decided that we like each other and
Yeah.
we're going to do a lot of fun stuff together.
Yeah.
But it means nothing outside of that, and it doesn't cause him to be accountable to you in what he's doing.
Yeah, exactly, ladies. You just got to always decide what it is you want, because what's going to happen is you're going to waste your time. And I'm not saying this is your situation, but we see this a lot with women where they have a hard time letting go of the guy, and he is dragging his feet.
Yeah.
And then 1 year turns into
Yes.
2 years, turns into 5 years, turns into 10 years. And we know this because we coach these women
Yes.
all of the time. And then they get resentful, and your dating pool changes, ladies,
Yes.
as you get older. So don't waste your time. Don't let a man waste your time. If he's not ready to get married, respect that. Exactly what you're saying.
Yeah.
Respect that. Babe, go be free. Go travel as
Yeah, do
much
your
as you
thing.
want. Okay. Have a nice life.
Yes.
And then you date people that are ready to get married.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
shout out to
Yeah.
Queen. She says, "Yay, I caught you
Yeah.
guys live. You are an amazing couple. We definitely
Thank
appreciate you, Queen."
you.
And we also had one of the ladies in the
Yeah.
Feminine Energy Academy who jumped on, and we have a few questions that we're going to get
Yeah.
to. She said, "It's so. This is Abundant Lee. I like the name.
Yeah.
I don't know.
She's in our
Yeah,
FEA.
she's an FEA.
Yeah.
I don't know what her name is in an FEA. Maybe you can let
Yes.
us know."
Yeah, she said.
She said it's so amazing in the FEA. So definitely join us. It's so great in there.
Oh, I love
Yeah.
it. We help so many women in these situations, like the situation that you're dealing with, and I am talking to you, okay? We help so many different women in different types of situations, and it's amazing because they'll come out of situationships and do their inner healing, learn how to detach, heal their nervous system, work on their feminine energy, actually learn how to date, actually learn how to communicate with a masculine, and within a few months or within a year, they're engaged and married,
Yeah.
right? So it's just like you got to decide what it is you want. Even if you're in your 50s, like this weekend, one of our ladies is going to be on the masterclass with me and going through her process of what she had to do to attract her amazing provider man
Yes.
at 53 years old.
Yes,
Yeah.
and babe, maybe you can answer this
Yeah.
one. So anonymous says, "Y'all don't think luck brought y'all together?
Yeah.
Because this seems too good. We
Hmm.
don't see this all the time." LOL.
Yeah, a lot of times people do say that. And it's so funny because, even in our marriage, we
Yeah.
have the most amazing
Yes.
marriage. This is not luck. This is
Mm.
not luck at all. This is being super intentional and skilling up.
Mm.
This is you energetically aligning to the type of dating life and marriage life you want, and having the skill set
Mm.
that you need. So, ladies, having the skill set to understand how to communicate with the masculine, learning how to date. If you got to work on the body, you got to work on the hormones, you're doing that. That's why we teach you that in the Feminine Energy Academy. I focus on hormones as well. You're healing your past trauma, because if you don't heal your past relationship drama,
Mhm.
it's going
Yes.
to come out in dating and your marriage.
Yes.
So just doing all the stuff that we teach, and things, it's not luck, because if it was luck, it would just be us.
Yeah.
But we've had multiple women in our Feminine Energy Academy come to us that are now engaged and married.
Yeah.
Multiple women all around the world, all different ages. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's not luck too, because just even looking at our
Yeah.
backgrounds,
Yeah.
just coming from different backgrounds,
Yeah.
me having two parents,
Yeah.
you coming from a divorce
Yeah.
background, me having a failed engagement,
Yeah.
and you losing your husband. Like, it
Yeah.
was intentional on both of our
Yeah.
parts. Like you said, to skill up and to
Yeah.
make sure things were done differently, specifically
Mhm.
for me, because I'd been in relationships. I was engaged previously, and I was in a 4-year relationship, engaged in the fourth year, planning on getting married the fifth year. So exactly what I'm telling you, ladies, about guys that drag stuff out.
Yeah.
I'm saying this for a
Yeah.
reason.
Yeah.
So understand that this could have been a situationship too if we weren't
Yes.
intentional. And for
Yes.
those of you who are just joining, who don't know our story,
Yeah.
we met each other, I believe in 2022.
Yeah.
We met in 2022. We met up, we liked each other. A lot of things happened. We talked for about a month or two.
Yep.
And then I wasn't really moving forward. I was dragging my feet.
Yep.
And she decided to detach from me and go silent. She let me know, okay, man, I don't even think she said she liked me. She was saying, well, I see you're busy. You have a lot going on. I don't want to hold you up. So, I think it's best that we just go our separate ways.
Yeah.
And we didn't talk for 6 months, 8 months.
Yeah.
And then when I came back, I had done some healing.
Yeah.
I had made some adjustments.
We both did healing.
Yes. And then I came back knowing what I wanted, letting her know this is what I want to do, and also having the not just saying it, but having the actions behind it, moving countries. It was so much that was done that we stepped outside of our comfort zones,
Yep.
both of us, and now we're here. Now things are great. Now it looks good, but the story is something that you don't want to miss. You don't just want to see like, okay, you're dressed alike. Okay, both of you are smiling.
This is luck.
Right. No, it takes work and intentionality, and we did the work without even knowing what it would look like.
Yeah.
We just knew what we desired. We knew that we were taking it one day at a time, and we knew that we wanted to be with each other. So it takes so much more than luck, but it's about you doing the work in the Feminine Energy Academy, and then just making sure you're skilling up so you can position yourself, especially you ladies. And I know someone said, am I too young to do it at 20? Yeah, that's the perfect age. Get started as early as you can because you don't want to go through that trauma. And now you have to do all of this work to heal the trauma. Get started early as you can, and you can put yourself in a similar position.
Yes, exactly. And then also, a big part of it is, the biggest part of it is keeping God in the center of everything that we did and still do to this day, where, surrendering everything to God and doing things differently. Because when we try to do things our way, it didn't work.
Not at all.
And so when I detached and I really focus on more inner healing my relationship with God, doing more healing of my nervous system, self-sabotage, all that stuff, because I had gone through so much trauma and loss, that I was ready. And then, of course, I was detached, living my life, and then he came back into the picture. So there's so much more to the story. And yes, we are both Christ believers, Christ followers. And this is where we've gotten all of our revelation around feminine energy, because Christ calls us the bride. We are the bride, ladies. Okay. The church is the bride, but the bride is about being in your receiving energy. And that's what makes this relationship work and so much fun. And this is why we're able to teach other women how to have the same types of results. Yeah.
And shout out to another one of our Feminine Energy Academy
Gail.
ladies, Gail, who jumped in.
Gail.
So happy to have Gail jump in with us. And it says a lot for us because the ladies in the Feminine Energy Academy, they get so much more than we're even able to give you on here. We bring a lot of awareness to situations in here, but we go deep in coaching the ladies in the Feminine Energy Academy on a daily basis. So for them to come in and support and just listen, ask questions, we so appreciate you ladies for jumping in.
So an A Sing says, I need your Feminine Energy Academy. Yes, you need to jump in. Right now, you can try it for free. And when you jump in there, private message me and tell me your situation. Tell me what you have going on. Tell me what you want to focus on. A lot of the women want to work on their hormones, their weight loss. They want to do nervous system healing. A lot of times they want to work on detaching from a situationship. They are ready to call in their provider energy husband. They're ready to get married. You might want help with your dating app, your dating profile. That's something that we really help our women with, is dating profiles and just really learning how to date online, especially if you want to open yourself up to date internationally, which we really encourage you do, because you just have so many more options nowadays. We met internationally. A lot of the women that we have coached that are now married have met their husbands internationally, right? So it's just the day and age that we are in. So, but of course, it can feel nerve-wracking, right? You're like, I don't want to go out there like all those creeps. Don't worry, babe, we got you. We teach you exactly what to do. We hold your hand and we can help you do it. Yeah.
And shout out to all the guys that have jumped on and added to it as well. And guys, we have some stuff coming for you as well. We're going to start doing some stuff on here as well as within our community online as well. So just check us out. We'll be doing lives. I'll be doing lives on here I'll leave the link with my YouTube page so you can jump
Yeah.
on those lives. And this is for the fellas because we're helping these ladies get to a position
Yeah.
where they're ready to receive their husbands. But we
Yeah.
want to make sure as well that the men are approaching it correctly as well.
Yeah.
So all the work that these ladies have done will pay off so they can
Yeah.
attract the right man.
So good.
So yeah. So also, Stella, she had a question. I believe she's in the FEA, married for 19 years. It was something else. My weight has caused problems with my husband. What should I do?
Oh, okay. I don't think she's in the FEA, but the FEA would be perfect for you,
Mm,
Stella. If you have weight issues, because that will definitely influence your marriage, ladies. And a lot of that is hormones, right? So I'm a hormone coach, so that's one of the things that I really help my ladies do is really work on their body. So if you got that stubborn hormone belly fat, perimenopause, menopause weight, PCOS, adrenal
mm,
fatigue, high cortisol face, all those things, infertility, all of that. I have helped so many women in that area, just low libido, right, ladies? So I have entire programs that you can try out, 90-day programs in the Feminine Energy Academy. So you can actually work on that while you're working on your marriage. But the biggest thing for my married ladies is you got to work on you. When you work on you and you feel and look like a delicious
mm.
snack, that is going to work wonders in your marriage.
Yes.
Assuming you're married to a healthy man, of course. Yeah.
Yes. And this is for someone who was talking, I think it was Stella talking about the link. Said the link, she can't click on it. So what you can do is we'll put the link in the comment
Yeah.
section of this video so you'll be able to do
Yes.
it, or you can just type it out and find us there. But
Yeah.
definitely we'll make sure that you have access to that link so
Yeah.
you can jump into the Feminine Energy Academy.
Yes.
A few more questions that we want to go over. And this is something I want to add as well. I
Yeah.
know she's been married for 19 years. She says that marriage is hard. And the thing is, life is, it's challenges in life in so
Hmm.
many different areas. But like we talk about in the Feminine Energy Academy, it's what's your story behind it, because how you approach it is what you're going to get out of it. And that's not to say that you haven't gone through challenges within it, but it's really about changing that your story around it so you can see it so much differently and you'll get those different results as well.
And also, life feels a lot harder when you don't have the skills. And for a lot of married couples, and for people that are just dating, just in relationships in general, we haven't been given the proper skills. That's why it feels harder,
Yeah.
right? So, if you don't know a lot about your body or your hormones as a woman, keeping yourself in shape is going to feel hard. But once you understand your body and how your hormones work as a woman, weight loss feels easy. It's kind of like driving. If no one taught you how to drive, if you didn't know the rules of driving and how to take care of a
Mm,
car and all those things, it would feel really hard,
yeah.
right? But if somebody showed you, this is how you drive, this is how you take care of a car, this is what you got to do to maintain the car and maintain safety on the road and all this stuff, it's going to feel a lot easier. So marriage is the same thing. So in the Feminine Energy Academy, we're not only just teaching our ladies how to date for marriage, we're teaching you how to keep polarity
Mm,
in the marriage so you can have an amazing, juicy, delicious marriage because you deserve that.
yes.
Yeah.
And we talk to so many women, like
Yeah.
the next lady that I'm reading
Yeah.
this comment from. She says, beautifully, I've been widowed for 20 plus
Oh,
years
wow.
and I don't know where to begin.
Okay, well, you're in the right
Yes.
place because I was widowed as well. And I understand what that feels like because you're just like, you feel like a fish out of water. If
Mm,
you're used to being married and then all of a sudden you're a widow, it is like a Mack truck has hit you and you don't even know you're up from down, right? That's what it literally feels like. And then I was a single mom on top of that with 4 little kids. So I understand what that feels like. So your starting point, babe, I mean, this is why I created the Feminine Energy Academy. Your starting point is taking care of you. So, working on your hormones, working on your body, your mental health, your nervous system, healing your wounds, healing that trauma of going through a loss, that is your starting point. And then what will naturally happen, because I see it all the
mm,
time with the ladies that we coach, once you start to feel better about yourself as a woman, then you start getting the skills around dating and potentially getting married again, and your confidence is going to go up and you're going to want to start to meet people.
Mm.
Or what often happens, even before you decide you want to meet people, when you start to work on yourself, is you're going to start attracting men that
Yes.
want to date and marry
Yes.
you. Yeah.
Yeah. So, and that's the great problem
Yeah.
that the ladies in the
Yeah.
Feminine Energy Academy
Yes.
have. As soon as they detach
Yes.
and work on themselves, now everyone's approaching them. People want to spend time with them.
Yeah.
Old guys from the past come up. So
Yeah.
it's a different challenge, but it's a great challenge because you've actually skilled up in that area, and now you're attracting not only the guys who in the past, but differently new guys
Yeah.
who actually see the feminine energy in you. And that's what we
Yes.
hear verbatim. The
Yeah.
guys see something different. We've had
Mhm.
women say, okay, guys that I talked to in the past or
Mhm.
I saw online, they said,
Mhm.
okay, if you would have had that picture up or if you would have said that back
Yeah.
then I would have been approached you.
Yeah.
But it's not
Yeah.
about what you missed out on or what
Yeah.
you didn't do. It's about what are you able to do from this day forward. And there's still so much time left for
Yeah.
you ladies that want to desire to be married.
Yeah, well, I mean, this is how the Feminine Energy Academy came about. Is I started off helping women, a lot of married women actually, in the area of hormones, and we were just working on their body. We weren't even working on relationships. We were just working on their body. We were working on hormones. I was helping them with weight loss and things like that, and their inner healing. And what happened is the marriages were healed,
Yeah.
or the ex. I mean, I literally had people that were about to sign divorce
Yeah.
papers, where they're now they're married, they never ended up getting a divorce, they're living together and they're happily married because a woman needed to do a lot of inner healing. Of course, a man had to do healing too, but when a woman just works on herself and feels better, it does so much for the relationships around her,
Yes.
married or single.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
can we just share again this Saturday's
Yes.
master class, please?
Yes. So, ladies, if you are new, you're watching the replay, jump into the Feminine Energy Academy. This Saturday, we are doing a masterclass. We are featuring
Yes.
one of the ladies in the Feminine Energy Academy who got married. She was divorced. She was a single mom, boss babe, doctor, and is actually Coach B's sister. And she's going to be sharing the 3 things that she really focused on to attract her amazing provider energy man, get remarried at 53 years young. Okay. So this will be really, really encouraging for you. Just hearing her story and hearing the things that she focused on. Plus, it's free. It's free for you to jump in. And on top of it, it's my birthday weekend. So come hang out with me. Okay. This is for women only in the Feminine Energy Academy. Come hang out with me because we are going to also give away a 1-year membership in the Feminine Energy Academy. So you have nothing to lose by just jumping in right now. You can binge watch our programs and you get to be on that masterclass. I will announce the winner on the masterclass.
And this will be our second celebration with the FEA.
Yeah.
Ladies, we celebrated when we had our retreat here
Oh, yeah.
a couple of weeks ago.
Oh, yeah. My birthday celebration.
Yes,
Yeah.
this is our second birthday celebration. Then we're going to celebrate a third time on this weekend
Yeah.
after. Then we'll probably celebrate a fourth time on her on her actual birthday. And as you're listening, we've celebrated twice already. We have 2 more to go,
Yeah.
and it's not even her birthday yet. So,
It's my birthday month, okay? I
so
love it.
no, definitely get a chance to just hang out with our favorite people outside of each other,
Yes.
the ladies in the Feminine Energy
It's
Academy.
so
So
true. It's so true.
definitely excited for you ladies to jump on. And the free membership is valued at over $500.
Yeah,
The
it
free
is.
1-year membership is valued at over $500. So definitely
Yeah.
you get access to everything, including access to us.
Yeah.
You can message us because even as you jump in, make
Yeah.
sure you message us right away. Let us know
Yeah.
what you're there for. Specifically, message Coach Tosh
Yeah.
and let her know what you're there for. And what she's going to do is she's going to send you the audios, the videos,
Programs.
the programs that you need for your specific
Mhm.
situation. Because what we do know is everyone comes in for a different reason. But the
Yes.
great part about it is we have something for everyone, be it health wise, be
Yeah.
it hormones,
Yeah.
be it relationship, be it in the area of finances, whatever it is, we're able to dig into our experience, help
Yeah.
coach you, and walk you exactly to where you desire to be. And I'm giving you the male's perspective of
Yes.
it. So it's one thing to do the energy work, because what Coach Tosh helps you with is embodying the energy. But I'm going to tell you and coach you from a man's perspective so you can understand how we think when it comes down to relationships. So
Yeah.
definitely the best of both worlds.
Well, and ladies, you being in that soft feminine energy is what's going to age you in reverse. Literally, biologically, age you in reverse. That is a big component of the Feminine Energy Academy is I teach women how to age in
Yes.
reverse. So you can feel yummy and delicious and look so good, ladies, in your 40s, your 50s, and your 60s and beyond. Okay. So you don't have to suffer through life looking and feeling like an old lady. Okay. You can actually, and this is backed by so much science, right? We're going to help you age in reverse. We're going to help you look and feel amazing. And the man is the bonus.
Yes.
Okay. That's how we are living our life.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. So definitely, we probably weren't able to get to all the
Yeah.
questions, but we definitely want to answer your questions. So if we didn't get to it,
Yeah.
jump into the FEA 7-day free trial. We'll answer those questions for you,
Yeah.
and we'll make sure we get you what you need to help you go in the direction that you desire to be in.
Yes, exactly. Okay, ladies, we love you so much. Hopefully, today was helpful where we're talking about how to hook that masculine
Yes.
energy men. And of course, we go way deeper in the Feminine Energy Academy. So we will see you in there.